This is Jed Distler, and welcome to The Piano Maven, your friendly podcast guide to piano recordings. And I'm sure that you know that I have been on this long European tour. I was in London all of September 2025. I was playing concerts that were just so much fun. I was playing recitals, and I played the Shostakovich 7th Symphony in a two-piano transcription with Christian Sandrin, who, by the way, has a fantastic recording of the Purcell suites for keyboard and also the last three Beethoven sonatas. Definitely check those out. And then I was in Helsinki and in Espoo in Finland, where I played the Mahler 9th Symphony on two pianos with Risto Matimaden, who is such a phenomenal pianist. And collaborating with him was like driving a Rolls Royce. Basically, he did all the work and I just kind of coasted along. No, seriously, it was a very rewarding collaboration. And I taught master classes. And all of this sort of primed me for arriving in Warsaw on September 30th. And I am still in Warsaw. I have been blogging about the 19th Chopin Competition, the 19th International Chopin Competition. I've been blogging for Gramophone magazine, and also the Chopin Institute has been sponsoring a daily Chopin Report, which is published on YouTube. So I guess I'm a video blogger or a video vlogger. And some people have asked me if I could make the Piano Maven into a video podcast. And I've resisted that for a long time, mainly because I really don't want to compete with my friend David Hurwitz, who has the ultimate classical music guide with thousands and thousands and thousands of them, and his overflow room and his big collection of tam-tams, and also his two wonderful cats. I mean, I cannot compete with that. Well, I have two cats at home, and if you have seen the segments that I've done for Ben Laudy's Chopin podcast, which is an absolutely wonderful podcast, and it's such a treasure trove of information. When I've made my recording recommendations, you often see my cat Shuby walking across the desk or walking on the piano. He always likes to get into the act. And Shuby is a male cat, a red tabby, and David Hurwitz has two female red tabbies. So we don't want Shuby competing with Finster and Mildred, of course. But maybe it is a good idea to make the transition from audio to video. I would like your feedback on this. I personally find video a little bit distracting when I want to get news or information or hear conversations or interviews, because I just like to hear the words and just leave the visuals to my imagination. But I guess I'm old school in that way. But at least I know how to use a computer and I know how to do audio editing, which I do for my podcasts, because if I didn't edit, I would sound like a klutz. Anyway, if you are a Chopin lover and a piano maven, you probably know that you've been able to watch the Chopin competition in real time on the Chopin Institute's YouTube channel, and you also have been able to catch up on all of the rounds anytime that you want to see them. So we are in the middle of the semifinals now, and I will direct you to the links to my daily Chopin report, where you can hear and see my detailed commentary on the performances. But I thought that for this audio podcast edition of the Piano Maven on October 16th, that maybe I could just step back and reflect upon some performances from stages 1 and 2 that really spoke to me, many of which feature pianists who did not advance into either stage 2 or the stage 3 semifinals. I've chosen 5 performances to talk about today, and I've provided YouTube links in my episode description so you can check these out for yourself. From the moment she put her hands on the keyboard in stage 1, I fell in love with the depth of sound and the intense concentration that the 18-year-old Yan Yan Boa brought to almost everything that she played. I have to admit, it took me a little bit of time to get into her first selection because she started playing the Opus 27 number 2 Nocturne very slowly, and at first I thought, oh my God, is this the Muzak version of it? This is making Yundi Lee sound like, I don't know, a speed demon or something. But soon I was totally drawn into her sound world. It's a very serious and meticulous sound world with a tinge of melancholy, perhaps. But I was completely sold on her masterful rendition of the fourth ballade. Apparently, she was running a fever throughout her round, so her playing is all the more impressive. And I'm very sorry that she was not advanced into stage 3. But we do have this gorgeous performance, so you can check out the link. The second performance I want to talk about that really moved me was from the Spanish pianist Pedro Lopez Salas. He did not make it past stage 1, sad to say, and he's a pianist after my own heart. But his eloquent treatment of the intricate polyphonic layers throughout Chopin's E major Nocturne, Opus 62 number 2, I think deserved its own gold medal, and I think you'll hear that for yourselves. My third recommendation features the Canadian pianist Kevin Chen, who, not surprisingly, has gotten into the third round. He is a super transcendental virtuoso of the first order and has total control over his instrument. And a subscriber who I've been corresponding with had been sending me many, many links of performances, some which I auditioned, some of them I frankly did not look at. I didn't do my homework. Oh, bad, Jed. No, but seriously, I checked out some of these Kevin Chen videos, and as impressed as I was, it's not the same thing as seeing him live. It's a whole different ball game. And speaking of ball game, he hit a home run in almost every Chopin etude he played in the Opus 10 group. I have rarely heard such vividly detailed renditions of numbers 1 and 2 and 4 and 5, the Black Key etude, and number 7, that double note etude that Ignaz Friedman made famous, and also number 8. And he takes such inhuman speeds, and I do often feel that he plays too fast for what the music says. But simply as piano playing per se, this was quite the tour de force, and I have provided a link. And, it reminds me of that joke, why do dogs lick... Well, I'm not going to go there, but the punchline is because they can. You know what that joke is. My fourth recommendation, I was blown away by the Japanese pianist Shiori Kuwahara, especially in this proudly robust and red-blooded performance that she gave of the heroic A-flat Polonaise, Opus 53. When she played, the music seemed to fill the room, and my goodness, what nobility of character. And her interpretation really defined authenticity and generosity, which are qualities that I did not really hear in some of the pianists in Warsaw. And this was a perfect example of pianistic mastery at the beck and call of the music. And the word stirring probably sums it all up. And check out the YouTube link. I am sure you will agree. And last but not least, hearing William Young play the Andante Spinato in Grand Polonaise was like viewing a painting by an old master that has been cleaned and restored to its original glory. The sheer lightness and transparency and the sense of direction and the sense of scintillation without flippancy that characterized this performance, I think sets reference standards. And I have to be honest, nothing that I had heard in his stage one performance, nor in his performances earlier this year in Miami, prepared me for the really remarkable playing that he gave in stage two. And it's rather rash of me to make a prediction at this point, but if William Young's freshly considered Chopin interpretations without any received opinion whatsoever wind up pointing to new interpretive possibilities in this repertoire that will influence other pianists, I won't be a bit surprised. So these are just 5 of the many distinctive performances that I've been hearing live in Warsaw these past weeks during the 19th International Chopin Competition. I am sure that you have been making your own discoveries throughout the competition, and I invite you to share these choices with me and with your fellow piano mavens. I always welcome your comments and your feedback, only as long as we keep things civil, because if you don't keep things civil, I'm going to delete you. Ha 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 ha. Seriously, though, thank you for listening, and this is Jed Distler. You've been listening to The Piano Maven, your friendly podcast guide to piano recordings and piano videos from the Chopin competition. Until next time, take good care, and I look forward to being with you for our next episode.